timing, again, like I said, is 4 to 6 minutes. Please welcome Maxine to the lectern, our treasurer.
So my childhood was spent in New York City, but right now I originally was living in Queens, then I ended up in Rockland. The only thing that's been stable is at 17. The age of 17, I met my current husband. We've been married 41 years. No one longer than that because I met him at 17. We had a long engagement because I wanted my father to pay for my education. My life has been all over the place. I've been an RN. I've been a CPA. I've been a professor. But would you believe from the day I was born, my path was towards here. When I was a kid, I was shy. This would have helped me. I was shy. I was scared to talk to people, but kind of got out of that. But later in life, when I was an auditor, I was working at Montefiore, and the first thing happened that terrified me. It wasn't part of my job before. All of a sudden, healthcare was crazy. Absolutely crazy. And the government was scared. So they started a compliance program, and everyone, the auditors, the compliance people, everyone had to do public speaking. I had to do sometimes 25 people, that was scary enough. But sometimes there were hundreds of people in front of me. You talk about scared. I was terrified. But you know something? I never thought about going anywhere to cure it. It wasn't until I went to all kinds of different companies in my time, but it wasn't until I went to Columbia University. It wasn't that Columbia's an Ivy League. Had nothing to do with that. I met Dorothy, that some of you met. She became my best friend. She started to talk up Toastmasters. She told me about table topics. She told me about all kinds of things that really is fun and this and that. In one ear, right out the other. But you know what? You think it goes in one ear and out the other, but it doesn't. You never know what bit stays in there forever and what bit doesn't. It wasn't until I was at Memorial Sloan Kettering, I no longer could talk to Dottie every day. That was hard for us, for both of us. Why don't we go to Toastmasters? Let's go. We can meet in Toastmasters. We'll get in it together. We'll go out afterwards. It'll be great. She did everything. She researched this club. Nowhere near where she lives. Very close to where I live. She didn't leave me high and dry, though. She said, we're going to this meeting, it's on a Friday, is that okay? You know, we said, yeah, Friday's okay. And we did go March 2009 in the library. We were. Hardly anybody was in there. They were struggling at the time. But I surprisingly said yes. My first time in a Toastmaster meeting, said yes. Ed was there. Nick didn't join yet. He did before my first speech, but Lorraine was there. Nobody else in this room was there. It doesn't matter. It's the old people and the new people of this club that really is the draw. I've always wanted to be a leader. I've always been drawn to being a leader. Well, maybe not. Maybe not in my childhood, but in my adult life. The reason why you join and become a leader of the club is the club becomes your vision Otherwise, you know what? You could say whatever you want to me. If you're not a leader, I listen, but only if it's just a lot of people out there that's not an officer am I going to listen to you. And that's true of all leaders. That's the reason why you want to be a leader. Because you want your voice heard singularly and to do things. You want it to move in what direction you want it to move in. And that's very important. It has changed me immensely. Both of them could tell you, I was scared. I wouldn't do it for 9 months. And yet, I got my CC within the 2 years that members get CCs, which tells you, after I realized it really wasn't as scary as I thought, but it took a lot of looking and realizing and doing before I can't believe that I've been in it. It will be 10 years come this April. Because I joined in March, and generally we make you join the following month. So it was April 1st, 2009. Could you believe 10 years? It's a long time to get to DTM, but what I can tell you is the turtle moves slow, but as long as you keep your focus, you will do it. And that's the thing with Toastmaster. What I really like about this program is Nick could tell you, you can stop coming because you're busy, something happens in your life, and you come back, and it's like you never left. You just pick up, Kathy too, right? You just pick up where you left off. It's flexible. I think if it wasn't flexible, I would not be able to be in this program. And I think that's probably true of all of us, that we would not be in this program if it was not so flexible, because it would tell you, you have to do this, you have to be this. And we all are a little different, right? You're not exactly like me, and I'm not exactly like you. We all have different reasons we're here. It may all be leadership and communication, but the point is that we have different jobs and different responsibilities and different ways we want to grow. So from the day I was born, pretty much, I think that my path has been towards Toastmaster, not on a straight line. You could see that I was fighting it for a while. Just like with my job, I was first an RN, and then I'm an external auditor at a big 4 firm, and then in big corporations that are internal audit. I mean, very different. Same thing here. I didn't have a path that was straight, but everything, I think, really did lead me to Toastmasters.